Good morning and welcome back. Today I have something quite special for you. It's not the massive special surprise I've got for you at the start of December, but it is very, very special. I very rarely, as you know, leave the wrappers on things. I like to take the wrappers off before my videos because I feel like it can get quite tedious, but on this occasion I have left the wrapper on, and I think you'll see why. So today's video we're going to make this little beauty. As you can see, it is a special edition. There's only one of these made, not one in the whole world. Obviously there's been lots and lots of this specific one made, but there's only one in this series, so it's a very special edition. Anybody that's familiar with Sanrio will know that this is the Gudetama. It's very, very cute. I love it. So I've not obviously undone this. I've not actually opened one of these, so let's see. Oh, of course, it's going to be one of those days, I think. There we go. Okay, so first of all, let's look at the outer packaging there. So there's the, it says Gudetama, Miniverse, make it mini, and that's what we're going to be making. You can see like all of the thing there. It's a single set. Sorry, I've got hiccups, I do apologise. Gudetama by Sanrio. Very, very cool. So let me just pop that to one side. I'll put all of my recycling rubbish over there. And then this capsule inside. Again, Gudetama. Again, it's got the picture of what we're going to be making inside. Special edition. Very cute. Some of you out there are like, oh, I'm loving this, and some of you out there are like, just open the blinking thing already. So yeah, something for everyone. Right, so then we take the inner wrapping off, and it says Gudetama, the lazy egg, and the capsule itself is white on the bottom, which is something we've not seen before. Very cool. So I'm just going to pop that lid off and drop everything on the floor. Sorry about that, just have to pick those up. So the things I dropped on the floor are a cute little piece of paper, tissue paper, which has got Gudetama in lots of many little forms, including his little bottom on it. Love that. Pop that to one side for a moment. Then we've got the instruction leaflet, which I'll come back to in a moment. Then we've got our Gudetama Make It Mini. There's how-to videos that you can find if you go to that website. There's only, by the looks of it, this one piece in here. So you can see here again, Gudetama by Sanrio, 2025 Sanrio. And then the Read Me First. This pack has unique ingredients and may have a few more pieces than needed for the recipe. Okay, looking at it, it looks like it's just sort of standard instructions for how to use resin and stuff, so I won't be looking at that too much. The table is probably my favourite table of any of the series that we've had so far. So it's Gudetama, it says meh, because, you know, he's a lazy egg. So this packaging is just adorable. Absolutely love it. More than I can ever describe. I've been waiting for so long for this one, and a lovely lady on my Facebook group offered me a price I could not refuse. And yeah, here it is, the beautiness. Just trying to get this out without hurting that packaging. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at him. Little bottom. Oh, I love him. So that obviously is our capsule topper, which is, oh my goodness, it's so cute. I just love it so much. Now I've got thousands upon thousands of tongs at this point, because obviously every one that we get comes with tongs, but this is the first black pair I have. Let me just move that. Look at that. Love that so much. And then we've got our Gudetama, sorry. Skillet spatula, I suppose. It's like a flipper. It's very, very cute. Has his name on, or her name, on the handle, and a little picture of Gudetama itself on the end there. Love that. Then we've got this one that I put to one side, which I think is the skillet. So let's look at the tissue paper first. So again, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. Let me just try and smooth it as much as humanly possible without tearing it. Okay, so yeah, again you can see, you can't really see, can you? Maybe if I hold it up to the light, there we go. You can see the design. It's very, very pale. In person, it's a lot darker, but on the video, I have to hold it up to the light for you to be able to see the little designs. Very adorable. Love that so much. I'm going to put that to one side. That's going to be kept. And then our skillet, which is just black on the inside, yellow on the outside, and has a little face on the side. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So the next one, again, some very, very cute packaging. Watching him being born from the egg. His little bottom again. Bottoms everywhere. On Sanrio characters, like obviously Pom Pom Puddin has a, how do I put this in a PC way? He has a bottom detail, shall we say, a little starfish, shall we say, on his bottom. And then this one obviously always has his bum out, so Sanrio just likes that apparently. So on the back here, it's just Sanrio and the little burger sauce. Love that. And the nozzle for that. That's all you get in that package. Smooth that out and put that with my reusable packaging. Obviously it's all reusable, but I have certain things that I keep to reuse and certain things that go straight into the recycling. That's how I like to operate. So it's Gudetama as a little eggy fairy. Oh gosh, right. And then in here we've got 2 buns, so you could make 2 of these. Do they have different, no, not different faces on them, just the same face on each, which is adorable. Love that so much. And then in here we have got some French fries. Apparently frozen French fries. Very adorable. 100% chill because lazy egg. And that is all you get in that bag. And then, so obviously the table is yolk with a white, sorry, with the Gudetama as the yolk in the middle because that's what it is. And then the table stand looks a bit like a yolk and the capsule is white, so even from that angle that's very eggy. So I'm just going to clip that onto there and then we'll move on to our final bag. So our final bag, wearing a little shell hat. Love that, love that. And then in here we have a lot of things. So we have the veggies. We've got some little flags for our burgers. Again, you can't really tell in there, but they have the Gudetama face on them. Some tomatoes and some green veg, and then it says Happy Sun Farms and it's got Gudetama on the front of it and obviously Sanrio. Love that. And then we have the 2 burger patties. Very cute. And the final thing that we have, and it's very silicone-y. So on the front it has a picture of an egg. It says UGG. Can I get that to focus? Maybe that way. Yeah, ugh. And then it says Gudetama on the base bit there. I think that's all the design. Oh yeah, meh on that side. And then you open this little silicone box up, and there's a little egg inside, which looks like that, and it has a split all the way around. Intriguing. So let's just pop you back in there for a moment. So that's everything that you get in this capsule. I'm sure you'll agree with me. It's all ridiculously cute, and I can't wait. So let's just pop that into there. Okay, so now on to Miniverse, Make It Mini, Gudetama. So on this side it says whatever, and then all the different pictures of Gudetama doing various cutesy things. And then it shows you everything that we've just unboxed. And then it shows you how to make it. And then, So, very cute. Let me just put my instructions to one side there. Again, it makes sure to let you know that it is a special edition. To my knowledge, apologies, and please do correct me if you're out there and you're listening. And have been following Miniverse for a lot longer than I have, but to my knowledge, this is only the second special edition that they've made. To my knowledge, the first one was the Sriracha, which I do not have. So if you're out there and you have one spare, please message me, because I would love to discuss purchasing from you, because I am very interested in the Sriracha ball. So without further ado, we will move on. I'm going to leave that where it is, actually. One moment. Okay, so it just shows really just to take the skillet, take the pipe, push that down into the skillet like so. As you know with me, sometimes I use all the ingredients, sometimes I don't, sometimes I do my own thing. This one I'm going to make exactly as intended, because it is a special edition and I really love it exactly as it is, with no changes. It's too blinking cute to do anything else with it, I feel. Interesting, I've just noticed on here the Gudetama face is on the side of the skillet, but on the actual skillet it's on the front. That's an interesting little change. I'm trying to get that pushed in so that it stays, but I don't think it's going to until it's got the product in it. So I'm just sort of training it round with my fingernail in the hopes that that might work a bit. And it has sort of taken on the shape, but it won't stay in there, I don't think, until we start putting products in. So let me get my trusted plastic out just in case, because I'm a bit concerned I might make a big old mess otherwise. So we're going to take the cute little tag off of the bag. Please tell me it's not sealed. Please tell me it's one of these ones that I can just... Okay, we're on to a good start. Yay! Oh, that's made me so happy. I wish they were all like this, because sometimes they put a seal here and that means you have to cut it, and I don't like it. I don't like having to cut it. So I'm only going to do one of the burgers, because obviously we've only got the one egg. So I can't really make two unless I make one with no egg, but then it's not a good burger anymore because Good's not in it. Interesting. So just pop that little bit on there, and that can go back into our capsule housing. I'm not going to clip that back down because I may need to move that again. So the burger bun itself is very, very detailed. The bottom is obviously, you know, like the outside of a bun, and the inside is very detailed, which is wonderful, but also it's not going to be shown. So Again, that one, and there's a hole through it, as you'll notice, and that is to put your little flag into. And then on the front is this cute little face again. So does it show a specific way? Right, so it shows burger sauce and then the leaves. So we'll do that first. Eek. Sorry about this. There we go. Finally. So I'm just going to pop it all out. I can always put it back. So one of these flags is obviously going to go back. They are the same. I think I'm going to use this one in the burger just because that one's a little bit lower down. And I am very particular. How many tomatoes am I going to need for the burger? Let me just check the size. I'm guessing 2. And I think I'm going to cut them in half. So I've got the whole. So let's put those to one side and get rid of those. And then we've got loads of leaves here. So I don't know how many I'm going to need. So I'll just do that and switch them up a little bit. Okay. Whoops. I knew that was going to happen at some point. I just knew it because, as I've said in previous videos, I am very clumsy. But I think that's going to be enough salad for the burger. It might even be too much. Yeah, I'm going to do 3 of each leaf instead of 4. These are lovely as well. Like the way that the other ones that I've used from this have been a little bit stiffer, but these are really, really rubbery and lovely. So that's all the ingredients I'm going to use in this burger. Let's get a bun out and then we can put the bun packet away as well. Okay, and I don't know how many french fries I'm going to end up using, probably less than half. Let's go with this one. Again, the patty is very beautifully textured. You've got the grill lines, very, very cute. Let's pop the spare one of those in there. Okay. And we'll just open the french fries. Okay, this one is definitely going to need some scissors, unfortunately. Trying to make sure I wasn't cutting through any detail on the other side, and I'm not, so. Okay, that is rubbish. Right. So the french fries are also adorable, and I love that they're all different different shapes and sizes, because that's the way it is when you get french fries. They're not always the same. So that's our fries. I think that's enough fries to go with the burger, personally, so they can go in there as well. Okay, so that's all of our leftover ingredients. Right then, so the first thing to do, as I said, is the burger sauce. Interesting. It doesn't mention UV, so I think this is air dry clay and not UV. That's going to change things up a bit, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's amazing. So I don't need to worry about where things are positioned. I can just go ahead. Yeah, this is air dry clay as opposed to resin. Amazing. That's made me very happy. Very, very happy. So now that I've got some of that on there, I do know that from experience, this stuff, you have to work very quickly with it. So that what I will be doing. I have a lot of the from scratch capsules to make in the future. I haven't made one on this channel yet, but I will be, because I've got quite a few of them. So let me just pop these at random places. I want them poking out a little bit, and I don't want them to be too uniform and perfect. A little bit more. Obviously this is going to look a bit silly until I put the rest on, but there we are. So that's that. Next thing is some more of the burger sauce. I've not even watched anyone make this one, so this is completely new to everybody. Let's just put some on top of that because that's going to be used in a minute anyway. It smells really nice. I keep smelling it. It's almost like an orangey scent, which is weird. There we are. As I said, I'm going to cut the tomatoes in half just because I don't think they're going to be seen very easily otherwise. It shows to put them in whole. It's the only change I'm making to this make. There we are. So, no, there is going to be a second change I'm going to make to the make actually, but we'll get there in a minute. So let's use this to spread that like we did with the greenery. You get out of the way. You can see it's already drying up a little bit, so we're going to have to be very quick with this. So I'm just putting that on the edge so that it shows up a little bit, but it isn't too obvious. No. Okay. Pop that there. I was going to say this on the last video. Apologies if you can hear my fish tank in the background. I got a new filter and it has a waterfall mode, and I love the sound of it trickling down, but I know that there's going to be some people out there that aren't fond, and I do apologise if that is you, but I love the sound of the water. I find it quite relaxing. Just going to put a little bit more of that in the centre there. Okay, I did put that there on purpose, just so that I've got, because this stuff is very easy to manoeuvre until it dries, and then all bets are off. So let's do that, and then that goes on top like that, and then just wait, no, don't you dare. Spread that. It's almost like a PVA kind of consistency, but thicker. But it is non-toxic, so obviously don't eat it, but it's okay to put on your skin. So the last thing that goes into this burger is this little beautiful thing. So we've got a little bit there, little split that goes all the way around. So we're just gonna loosen that up and then go crick, and then inside the little egg shell we have a little Gudetama. So this is why I said I'm not putting the lid onto this, because this I'm going to put pride of place right in the centre of the burger, like that, and then that is going to cure like that. I'm just going to lift that up a bit actually. I think I need to put some more burger sauce underneath the burger because that keeps lifting off. Oh no, actually it's not too bad. Let me just use my nails and push that down at the sides just to make sure that's definitely going to stay on there. It's up to you how you want to put the egg. Obviously in here they've had it sliding off the edge, for me, because I'm not going to be putting the lid on the burger, I'm just going to have it sitting there like that. Yeah, looks like he's just sleeping away on the middle of the burger. So that is very cool. I'm going to put the eggshell back together, and then that can go back in the box. It is a shame you only get one egg, because obviously there are 2 of everything else, but I understand why, because that is a very special little thing. So there we are. I've got leftover burger sauce, and obviously I didn't use the nozzle because I'm adverse to it somehow, for some reason. Don't know why. We'll never know. So I'm gonna leave that for 20 minutes to set anyway, but I'm just gonna pop it in here while it does so, and then we just put the fries around it. Don't touch that air dry clay. Okay, maybe we're not going to do that because that's just going to stick to it. So we're just going to leave that to one side. Yeah. I don't want those part of that. And there's a dog hair. There we go. Right. I'm just going to leave that for 20 minutes to completely set, and then we'll come back and do the final look. So I'll see you in a moment. One more quick thing I'm going to do just while I'm waiting for that to set is I'm just going to put the flag into the top. The hole does go all the way through, so you can do it all the way through if you want. But I'm just going to do it a little bit because I think that was adorable. And obviously you can just pop that on top like that, and then that comes off nice and easily if you don't want to glue it down like I haven't, because I want to see his little face. Anyway, I'm going to wait for that to continue curing, not curing but air drying, and I'll be back. Okay, so that's done drying now. It's been 20 minutes and it is not sticky to the touch anymore. So now we're just going to take our little skillet. Obviously while it was doing its thing, I had a little bit of a tidy up. So let's put that there. So I'm just going to pop him into his paper. Like that. And then put the chips or fries around him. Put some on this side as well because there's a little bit of gap. And there we are. Let me show you a top-down view. How cute is that? I think it's turned out really nicely. I'm really happy with the placement of everything on there. And again, if you want to, you can just set that on top. And then that's how it's displayed. Very, very cute. Love this set. This is one of my absolute favourites. I mean, I am a Sanrio fan anyway. But I just think it's wonderful, and the addition of not having resin in there, thank you Miniverse. If you could do more of the air dry clay and less of the resin, that would be incredible. I'd be very, very happy with that. But yeah, I'm just blown away. It's a beautiful, beautiful set, and I love it. I love it so much. While I've got you as well, obviously I did mention that during the last 13 days of December, I'm going to be doing the 13 days of Christmas. So obviously I'm not calling it Christmas to be non-inclusive. It's just, you know, the way that it's said, isn't it? Everybody knows the 12 days of Christmas as a thing. You know, if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's fine. As I say, no judgment here ever. But I am doing the 13 days of festive makes, but I'm also going to be doing something every day of the 25 days of December. So there will be 25 different makes on 25 different days during the month of December. I appreciate we're still in November, but I have planned the makes for every day of November, the makes for every day of December, but I wasn't going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I've got an advent calendar that I made many years ago. It's just, you know, a standard wooden thing with lots of days, little doors that you can open, all made out of wood. And I'm going to put to one side all of the makes that I want to do in December, and then my husband's going to put them into each one. So I won't know either which one we're going to be opening on that day. I thought it'd be quite a nice little thing. I'll know which 25 are in there, but not which day they're going to be pulled. So yeah, that'll be fun. So keep watching for that. But for this video, that is over. This is adorable. I love it. I'm so very happy. I can't tell you how wonderful this is. If you can get hold of one, I would. They are just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.